Hey, Lisa. Are you there? I was just checking in and was wondering if you had a second to talk.
Oh, hey there, Paul. You just getting off work? Maybe a late lunch break? Anyways, yeah, I can talk. What's up?
Well, the thing is that my bosses were talking to me about transferring me to a new office. And the last time that I had one of these temporary transfers was about 4 years ago. So, I think it's time.
Oh, I see. I guess we couldn't keep avoiding it forever. I was wondering when it was finally going to be time. Did your bosses tell you where you would be going this time for work?
Yeah, they said I would be in the Chicago office the whole time until it was time to move back.
Oh, I see. Well, that certainly is quite far from home here in Washington. Couldn't they have just sent you somewhere closer, like the Southwest or something? I guess either way I'd be having to fly there, but still, that's so far away.
I know it's far. I'm really not all that thrilled about this either. But I was wondering what you wanted to do.
Well, I certainly don't want you to have to live on the other side of the country while we're here and can't be with you. But I just don't really think that a move like that is really feasible for us right now.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, to be honest with you.
I mean, I felt like we were finally starting to really like where we were living, and besides, we said it was the perfect place to send Nora to school. I mean, I'm sure that there are plenty of nice places to raise a kid in Chicago as well, of course, but it's not just that. We'd have to register her for a new school and all of that. I just really thought that we liked where we were living now, and I wasn't expecting this to be brought up so quickly.
I know what you mean. And I would hate to make you all move, just to have it end up being bad for us. I would much rather you stay where you think it's going to be easiest to raise Nora.
I think that really is the kind of setting that I need now, just one where I can feel safe about our daughter being out in. Besides, I just know that Nora has her little friends now, and I would hate to try and take her away from all of that here too. After all, everyone is already looking into starting preschool at the same time.
Yeah, that's understandable. And it's not like we really know anyone out here at all. All of our family and friends are out west closer to where you and Nora are.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm just afraid that it would be too much hard work to try and restart out there, especially for your daughter. And like you said, we'd be so far away from family and friends that we wouldn't be able to call on any of them in case we needed help. I think that would probably be one of the biggest struggles for me. I would hate to be that far from everyone.
Of course. And I hate for you all to come out there with me just to feel isolated and lonely. So, I guess it sounds like I'm probably going to be doing this on my own then, right?
You know that I hate to ask you to do that, but it just seems like we don't have any other options. But I know that it won't be easy on you either, Paul.
Yeah, but I don't really know what I'll be able to do about that anyways. My bosses basically said that I didn't have much of a choice. But my posting out there might end in as soon as 2 years. So, I would hate to have to uproot our lives so quickly.
Yeah, I guess that is true. We don't know for how long we'd even be living out there, so I guess maybe it's just easier for Nora and I to stay here.
Yeah, that's really what it is looking like, huh? Alright then. I guess it's decided. I'll go and do this on my own.
I'm so sorry that you're having to do this, though. I really do wish that there was more that we could do.
I feel the same way. I feel so awful for having to leave you like this. I know it won't be easy, but we just gotta get through this. Although I know I'm gonna be worried this whole time not being able to be there with you two.
Well, I don't think you have anything to worry about when it comes to us. Like I said, we're the ones surrounded by family and friends here. I think we have enough support for us here that you won't need to worry about a thing.
I guess you're right. Just tell everyone that I asked them to take care of you. Okay?
Of course, and I'll be sure to ask Dean and his wife if I need anything. I know that Dean is going to take this pretty harshly, too. After all, you two have been best friends for years. He's practically family at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I won't miss him as much as I'll miss you guys, of course. But I will miss having someone to hang out with.
Well, I just hope that you can make some friends over there as well, Paul.
Hey, Lisa. Just wanted to let you know that I just got back to my place. Man, it's a really cold one today. It's like we really just drove straight into winter with no warning.
Oh, is it really cold over there, too? Today was quite chilly, and we're even getting the first wind of the year here.
You're kidding? I didn't know it was starting so early this time of year. You two haven't caught any colds or anything, right?
No, you've got nothing to worry about there. Nora and I haven't gotten any colds or anything like that. I actually had a tiny case of the sniffles last week, but it's better now. And Nora is still as energetic and healthy as ever. If anything, I wish that she would calm down sometimes.
Well, again, I really am sorry to leave her all to you. I do wish there was something I could do from here. I miss you both a lot, and thinking about going home really often, you know?
But you've been really busy with work lately, haven't you? Do you know when you're going to be able to ask for some time off?
I can ask for time off, but for now I can only ask for 1 day off at a time. So I really don't think that they want me to go back and be taking long trips back home yet. And there's just so many early morning meetings that I couldn't even try and red-eye a flight there and back if I wanted to.
Oh, right. Man, it sounds like they are working you really hard out there. I know it's tough now, but I'm sure that this will all be over soon enough.
I'll be okay. I just hope that the two of you are going to be alright. You know that you can always go to my parents and ask them to watch Nora if she gets to be too much.
Oh, I have gone to ask them for help with babysitting and things like that, but I just don't want to bother them too much. But I am asking for help when I need it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. By the way, I'm going to try and arrange things so I can visit at the end of next month. But you really should ask my parents about watching Nora and take a night off for yourself.
Do you really mean that? You wouldn't mind if I asked your parents to watch her just so that I could have an evening to myself?
I mean, I'm not going to pretend to know what it's like to have to watch over her all by yourself. So if you think that it would do you some good to have a night to just refresh yourself a bit, I think you should. After all, I'm sure that you've had some pretty stressful days trying to juggle everything on your own, right?
Oh, Paul, thank you so much. I'll take that night off, and then I promise that I'll do my best with Nora until you get back. And I really can't wait to see you either. I miss you so much.
I miss you too, Lisa. By the way, have you seen Dean and those guys lately?
No, actually. Ever since you went away on your business trip, we haven't been talking all that much. After all, Dean was more your friend than mine. So I just don't really know what I would even say at all if I were to reach out to him.
Ah, right. Well, I guess that makes sense. And I guess there's no need to force you to hang with my friends.
But what makes you ask about him? Is everything okay?
Yeah, things are going well for him as far as I know. I'm pretty sure that he got a promotion, and I just wanted to send him a card or something for it.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, I could certainly go out and buy something to give to him if that's what you were thinking.
Are you sure about that? You really wouldn't mind doing that for me, even though he's more of my friend?
Well, since I'll have an actual excuse for wanting to go and see him, it will make reaching out and arranging that much less awkward for me. I'll just tell him that I'm bringing over a gift from you, and I'm sure that he'll be eager to get it. I'll pick out a nice card and everything.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for doing that, Lisa. That really is kind of you. And please, send me a picture of the card and whatever else it is that you give to him. Hey there, Dean. It's been a while, hasn't it? How've you been? Oh, hey, Paul. Yeah, it really has been a while since you and I last messaged. How's the new office in Chicago? That place treating you well? Things are okay. Thanks for asking. It's kind of lonely being out here on my own, but I'm surviving. By the way, I heard that you got that big promotion that you were waiting for. That's huge, man. Oh, you mean you heard about that? How'd that news get funneled down to you? Don't tell me the rumor mill is already working on that. Nothing like that at all. There just happened to be someone from our office who was dropping by this one. I was talking to them, asking questions about people back home, and they told me about the promotion. Oh, actually, now that you mention it, that new guy did have a business trip out to Chicago. I guess that he's the guy you must have talked with. It must have been, yeah. But, anyways, again, congratulations on that. You've been working hard for that for a while now. Oh, come on. It's not really that big of a deal, you know. All it means is I have more stuff that I'm responsible for. If anything, I'm jealous of you for getting to do all this traveling and getting to work in different departments and all. I feel like by the time you get back, you might be in line to have a promotion above mine. I really seriously doubt that. I mean, you're basically on the track to take you straight to the top, don't you think? No, come on. They just gave me this one because I wouldn't quit bugging our supervisor for something different. You know how it is. Well, hey, as long as that extra work comes with some extra money, I can't see anything to complain about. Now that I got a kid and all, I've been thinking a lot about trying to get promoted. I mean, she's still just a little girl, but man, does she take up a lot of money. Like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, I really can't imagine. But, speaking of, how's your daughter? Is she alright? What do you mean? Why wouldn't she be alright? Did something happen? You mean you haven't heard? I thought that she had been in some kind of accident or something and got really injured. No, I remember now. She fell from the veranda of your apartment building. But I was just glad that she was only injured and that it wasn't anything worse or more permanent. Wait. Sorry? I'm just a little lost right now. You're telling me that my daughter fell from the second-story veranda? I mean, yeah. Isn't that what happened? You do know what I'm talking about, don't you? Haven't you heard any of this from your wife? When was the last time you talked to her? I talk to her almost every day, actually. But this is the first time that I'm hearing about any of this at all. Oh. So then, she hasn't told you about any of this at all? I'm really the first person to let you know about this? The last thing that Lisa told me was that Nora is doing just fine. Are you really sure this is something that was supposed to happen to my daughter? Yeah, I mean, the whole neighborhood knows about it pretty much. There were some people who even saw Nora fall from your house. All of this only happened last week, you know. I had heard that some kid had fallen in the neighborhood, but I only learned a few days ago that it was yours. But, I mean, surely I would have heard about this before, right? That's why I'm so confused right now. Are you sure there's not a chance that you may have missed that it was mine? Like, why wouldn't my wife want me to know about something like this? This just isn't adding up. I really don't know what to say to you right now, man. But the person who I heard it from was your neighbor. And she was one of the people who saw Nora falling from your house. So then it really was Nora. Oh no. What is going on? I had no idea that she was in an accident like that. I don't really know all the details either. But I guess that when the police did show up to your house, your wife wasn't even there. That can't be right. I know that Lisa wouldn't just leave the house with Nora all alone inside of it. She's only 3 years old, for crying out loud. There's no way my wife would leave our daughter alone like that. Well, again, I don't have all the details. But what I know is that when the police showed up, your wife wasn't there. They tried coming around since then, and I imagine they're trying to get in contact with her now. After all, your daughter fell, and for whatever reason, Lisa was nowhere to be found. Not even at the time of the fall. This can't be happening. I don't believe this. What in the world is going on here? I really don't know, but if your wife did leave the house, then maybe Nora just happened to hurt herself in the time that she was gone. Stranger things have happened. But what I'm still not understanding is why didn't Lisa tell me about any of this? We were literally just texting each other yesterday, and she didn't say a word about Nora getting hurt. She told me that she was doing just fine, and I believed her. Maybe she didn't say anything because she didn't want you to blame yourself for any of this. Or maybe she was scared of getting blamed. But she knows that I've never gotten mad at her even once. I would have just wanted to know what happened. I really don't think that she wouldn't tell me because she was scared of what I would do. And it still doesn't explain why she would just leave our daughter behind and run away. Well, when you say it like that, it really does sound like something is up. I really just don't know what to do right now, Dean. But I have a really bad feeling about this. Well, first of all, I think you need to calm down and think about this rationally. Is it possible to try and dig any more into the lies your wife appears to be telling you? I can help you look into them. Right. I guess we have some work to do. And in the meantime, I'm going to try and come back early to be with Nora. Hello there, Lisa. It's been a while. I've been thinking about you and Nora. How are you two doing?
Oh, hello there, Dean. So nice to hear from you. Nora and I are doing just fine, thank you. I'm so sorry for not being better about messaging. I've just been so busy lately.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that at all. And Nora? Is she doing well?
What do you mean? Why do you want to know about Nora? Why wouldn't she be doing well?
Well, I just mean after the accident. You know, her falling off of the veranda. The whole neighborhood is talking about it, you know?
Paul, what are you talking about? Are you sure you don't have the wrong child? Nora hasn't fallen off of any veranda.
No. I'm afraid that I've asked around to our neighbors, and some of them saw it was her with their own eyes. Not only that, but I've also heard that when this did happen to Nora, that you weren't even at home. So, tell me, what was so important that you had to leave your 3-year-old daughter at home all alone? Couldn't you see how dangerous it could have been?
But well, why are you talking to me like this? Why do I feel like I'm being interrogated?
Does that mean that you can't give me a straight answer about why you did what you did? Was it that you didn't know about any of this? Or were you just trying to hide it from Paul?
No, look here, Dean. I get that you and my husband are friends, but I don't think that it's appropriate for you to talk to me about my family this way.
I think that I already know what's going on here. I think that you had left Nora alone for longer than just that day. And now I think that you're just scared to have Paul finding out about this.
You really are going too far right now. This has nothing to do with you, and I won't be taking any more questions from you. Do you understand?
This isn't a courtroom, you know. I'm only trying to ask some questions so that I can better understand is all.
And have you told Paul about all of this? I certainly hope that you haven't. I just know that something like this would tear him apart because he feels so bad.
And so that's why I shouldn't be telling him about any of this? I think that this just proves my point about you trying to keep secrets, Lisa.
There are no secrets at all. You don't know what you're talking about, and I don't like what you seem to be implying.
But why weren't you at home? That's what I want to know. Could it be that you were out cheating on your husband?
And so what if I was? I've told you now that this isn't any of your business, and I would appreciate it if you would just drop the whole subject.
So then that's it. You really were cheating on Paul? And you don't want him suspicious of you. Is that right?
You really are starting to piss me off, Dean. Why can't you just leave me alone already?
Hey there, Lisa. This is Paul. I'm actually here with Dan right now.
Do you really think that pretending to be my husband is enough to scare me? That little trick isn't going to work. Now stay out of my family's business.
It really is me, though, Lisa. And you should know that I've come back from my business trip. I know I told you that I'd be out playing golf with one of my clients, but that was all a lie.
Wait a second. You did tell me that. Then, is that really you, Paul? Are you really back here now?
That's right. I booked a ticket back home the moment that I heard from Dan that Nora had been hurt. I also heard from him that apparently you weren't even at home when all this happened. Why didn't you tell me any of this?
Well, why are you coming back so suddenly? You should have told me about this before you came here.
Why would I do that? So that I could give you time to hide your tracks? Or come up with excuses? Well, I wasn't in the mood to be dealing with any of that. So why don't you just tell me what you were thinking?
I mean, you know that I was always planning on telling you about this, right? It's not like I was trying to hide it.
You think I'm gonna buy that? Nora could have died if she had fallen different. You should have told me right away.
I was going to. I really was. But the timing of it just didn't work out.
What timing? The only proper time to have told me about that was right when it happened. Instead, you told me that Nora was doing just fine. And it's been more than a week since the accident. So just when were you actually going to tell me about what happened? You'd better think long and hard about what you're going to say. Because I'm not just going to let you get away with this.
Paul, the divorce papers on the kitchen table. You're not serious, are you? Please, can't you just tell me where Nora is?
I took Nora back with me to my parents' house. I still have to report to the office, so I needed to leave her with people I could trust.
She's my daughter. I should be the one to look after her.
Is that some kind of joke? You were the one who left her all alone in the first place. It's your fault that she got injured. I'm never ever going to trust you with her again.
Please, I think that you're taking this all too far. I can look after my daughter. We don't have to get divorced. It doesn't have to be like this.
You really have got some nerve trying to tell me how to feel about this. But I never ever want to see you again. Do you understand me?
Wait, no, please. I'll tell you the truth. You were right about me. I was cheating on you. And when Nora fell, it was because I was on a date.
And just who is this guy that was so great that you had to leave our daughter on her own like you did?
He's just an old flame from high school. We met at a school reunion last year and have been seeing each other ever since.
Then I guess I understood why you didn't want to move with me when I got this assignment. I bet you were happy, if anything.
It's not like that at all. I really did miss you. I was so lonely without you at home.
Well, did you forget that you had a daughter to take care of? Or were you only thinking of yourself?
When I left the house, she was still taking a nap. I just thought that I'd have time to get back before she woke up.
I really just don't even know what to say to you. Even now that I know the truth, it doesn't change a thing. You had so many people who you could have asked to look after her, but you didn't. Well, just know that I'll be suing you for this affair. And I'll be fighting for custody of Nora, too.
Please, we don't have to do this. Think of our daughter. You can't just tear apart our family like this over one little mistake.
It wasn't one mistake. It was so many purposeful and planned actions on your account. Keep an eye out for a call from my lawyer. After that, I let Lisa's parents know about Nora's fall, and they were shocked to hear about it. Everyone was thankful that Nora wasn't more injured, and were all furious with Lisa for her actions. Somehow, the truth also leaked out into our neighborhood, so that everyone there had also heard the same story about Lisa cheating on me. In the end, everyone knew that it was her fault Nora had been hurt. I sued Lisa and her secret boyfriend for their affair and got a rather large payout. After that, I also got custody of Nora, which meant that Lisa would have to pay for child support on top of that. I heard that Lisa ran away to her parents and begged for them to give her a place to stay. Although they were mad, they agreed on the condition that she be kept on a very short leash and that her parents handle her finances until her legal debt is all paid off. As for Nora and I, we were thankfully able to stay in the old neighborhood, where so many around me were so concerned with Nora. I'm still finding my feet after coming home and getting divorced, but I'm happy to know I have so many friends who are there that I can count on. Thank you for watching! If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.